this is Spidey1958, and welcome to my Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker, episode 82, I believe. Last time we made it right outside the morass here, so let's go ahead and go in and see what we find. That looks fun. Oh, apparently they saw me. I was sitting here too long and they finally made their roll. Oh, they saw a Mary. Okay. And I probably didn't need the stone skin. Though our poor little knock-knock here doesn't really have the armor class to stand up to combat. It looks like there wasn't much here, just this little cave. Well, maybe it goes back farther, but I don't think so. That's not what I wanted. It looks like that's pretty much all there was. Do. So we head on into the wilderness. It'd be nice if there was a way that, like some of the other games do, where it kept track of how the damage each person did and that sort of stuff. So you could more easily compare the DPSs and that. But I'll live without it. It'd be nice rather than a real needed thing. So there should be one more dungeon somewhere around here. We'll see what we can find when we see the map. Okay. So we have the grave here. I bet that's what the next big one is. Apparently I've been to the Forsaken Mound. At least it looks like I've been there. Yeah, because it would have said you've never been to this location. So let's go here. And we still got the spider lair and a couple other places. Okay, I went there so we could rest. Hunting. Ooh, we got another hearty meal. Yay! Our cooking's improving. And someone suggested taking the flanking feat, which I'd have to take it for all of them. But yeah, that since I usually fight in a group so that I can get the sneak attack, that's probably not a horrible idea. Okay, let's go back into our sneaky mode. Let our little goblin scout. Ooh, a mastodon. Looks amazingly like a bear, but it's a mastodon. Yeah, beta placeholders. Actually, it looks like an owlbear. Oops. I bet it's going to find us now.
Their life ends here.
Yeah, he does okay damage. Let's see. Knock, 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 knock. Yeah, he did 55 there with a critical sneak attack. I know he hit at least once more. There he did 38 damage. Oh, that was a critical hit too. That was a critical hit too. He's going to critical a lot because the weapons he has critical really well. And he's dual wielding, so he gets lots of attacks. So let's go ahead and pop off. Oh, we need to go up here. We'll pop off one of these, which will heal everybody else up. And then we'll pop off one of these. And let's try one of these. Yeah, it looks like we have to go up. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this one. Okay. So we get tenderloins. And let's go back into sneaky mode. Ooh, there's a dragon skeleton. Ooh, a bunch of... Those are Cure Serious, right? Yep, a bunch of Cure Serious potions. Those could be useful. Says the person who's carrying around, what, 50 Cure Light potions I've never used? It must be another tenderloin. No, that time it's mastodon meat. Well, looks like there's another treasure chest over there. Ooh, now we found the ultimate treasure. Cheese! And soft cheese. So we found double cheese. Ooh. So it says there's something over here? Oh, yeah, mushrooms. Looks like there's not really much here. Yep, that looks like that's pretty much about it. Well, that was very unthrilling. So I do actually like these little areas on the map where you don't know. Is it just going to be a single encounter like that? Is it going to be an entrance to a dungeon? Okay, so I don't know how we could have... Oh, we've never been to that location. We've in theory been to that location. Let's see if we can find a way into there. Oh, looks like there's a way there. And sometimes these little side areas have really nice treasure items in them. And sometimes they don't. Oh, this looks like it's an actual dungeon. Okay, let's go ahead and throw our mass stone skin, which will last 10 minutes. Give a little armor class boost here. And unfortunately, you'll have to go without. No, you don't. You will throw your own. Okay.
An ambush, eh?
Looks like an empty room. Let's go do this one. Oh, there's something over there. A strange wizard. It looks like the strange wizard is ready to attack us. Wizards can be tricky. Monitor lizards, dire wolves. Depending on this wizard's defenses, it may not. Nope, didn't need any of that. But you never know with a wizard. You never know with a wizard. The trapdoor here. Can we actually do anything with it?
In due time.
Apparently not. Is there anything great on the wizard? Headband of vast intelligence +6. Yeah, there's something really good on the wizard. Okay, so let's go to our... Because I think she is currently wearing only a headband of vast intelligence +2. Oh, that's me. No, that's her. So let's give her a vast intelligence +6. I didn't even know they had +6 items in here, but apparently they do. Now I think that affects spells. So that gives her a 26 IQ. And maybe it doesn't. Nope. Oh, it does. Gives her an extra 4th level spell, or 3rd level spell. Gives her 2 extra. Let's put one of those and a phantasmal killer. I know, I've been trying not to take offensive spells. Okay. So that was very well worth it. So like I said, sometimes you find really cool stuff in these little one-off type things. Of course, a single wizard by himself really doesn't hold much chance against a party unless he's really high level and has some good protection buffs up. Okay. Let's go to here. And then we probably need to rest again. Make that we definitely need to rest again. Definitely our cooking seems to be much better now. So it's the 21st. So we still got like 9 days before we have to be back. Shivering Glade. Well, let's check that out. Okay. Roll your spell. And everybody hide. No, get back here. Get back here. So far looks okay. Don't see anything we missed here. Ancient Soul Eater. 1 gold coin. That is the entire treasure in here. See what I mean about sometimes it's worth it and sometimes it isn't.
I'm there.
It does look like this has already been
I do what I
basically
must.
stripped. Okay, let's go here. And that looks like that's just a little dead end. I think some of these dead ends on purpose are just dead ends. Or they could be places. Okay, that looks like an important place. That looks like a really important place since we've been hearing about Vordaki all this time. So I bet we have to figure a way into here in order to figure a way into here. But we may have to go this way to do it. And let's rest again. And let's go to the Forbidden Mound. Oh, this one's a text one. The tomb, built within the hollow rocks by ancient cyclopses, was safely hidden from casual searches. The path to it was skillfully concealed by lush vegetation. If we hadn't known exactly where to look, we would have passed it by, never even suspecting it was there. The entrance was covered with a huge stone slab that seemed to merge with the stone wall, but disheveled bushes and torn ivory shoots implied it had been recently moved. Keb means darkness. It's an ancient forbidden word from an ancient forgotten language, like a time-bleached bone from some unknown beast out in the wilderness. After speaking the word, the stone slab smoothly and almost soundlessly moved aside, opening the entrance to the damp, musky darkness. To avoid being trapped inside, we propped the door open with a large stone, which proved a smart decision. As soon as we stepped inside, the door shuddered and tried to close behind us, but the stone kept it in place. Yes, we learned our lesson from that other tomb. Behind the door was a spacious corridor, obviously built for creatures much larger than humans. The air smelled damp, and the stone walls, decorated with bas-reliefs and carvings, was completely covered with a disgusting, oily mold. Let's carefully examine the mold on the walls. Sometimes the fungus in the dungeon proves more dangerous than any monster, so many adventurers suffocated on poisonous spores, got burned, or were disintegrated on the spot, just because they never thought to open a botany textbook. Fortunately, the mold in this tomb, though sticky, smelly, and disgusting, was completely harmless. Armed with this knowledge, we carefully searched the corridor for traps. Tombs and traps always come as a pair, like pen and ink, or barbarians in rage, or officials and bribes. This tomb was no exception. Sure, there weren't any pressure plates on the floor or bundles of stones waiting to fall on our heads, but under the layer of mold was a hidden magic sign, the kind you shouldn't look at. We finished our search. We checked the corridor for magic. Hidden beneath a layer of mold in the walls, something shone bright and magical, radiating a strong necromancy aura. It was almost certainly a magical trap, like one of those signs you shouldn't look at. Taking that into account, we've had two things that say don't mess with the mold, so we're going to move ahead down the corridor. A huge sarcophagus was placed in the middle of the burial chamber, its lid lying on the floor nearby. Inside was a gigantic skeleton. Its skull stared hollowly with its single huge eye socket, and its bony fingers were clenched around a small brass incense burner that almost looked like a one-eyed skull. Near the sarcophagus was the slim figure of a woman wrapped in a gray cloak. She wasn't breathing, and it didn't take much looking to discover her cause of death. The Cyclops had left a nasty surprise for anyone who dared come to rob their graves. Near the skeleton's head was a magical symbol of death, carved directly into the sarcophagus's surface. It would have killed the sister the instant she opened the lid. Lucky for us, it was a single-use trap. We examined the body of the sister. When we removed the cloth from the dead woman's face, it sent a chill down our spine. She literally had no face. Instead, there was a rough gray surface looking somewhat like roughly made clay mass, two holes instead of eyes, a hole instead of a nose, a crack instead of a mouth. What power could have done that to her? Having examined the body, we discovered the dead woman wasn't human. She was fey, most likely a nymph, deformed by some unknown magic. She had nothing of interest on her, so we took the incense burner and left the tomb, which had also become her burial chamber for the very person we'd been searching for. So we have all three items. So my guess is we should head back towards the Barbarians and see what they say when we get all three items. But first we'll explore along the way. Gallows Grove. Evade. Looks like Gallows Grove must be off that other stretch. But this gets us to the Barbarian camp. As you approach the camp, you hear this noise of an agitated crowd. Numerians are gathered around the defaced sister near the camp entrance, and a loud discussion is taking place. When the defaced sister sees you, she lifts her hand and points a finger at you. Her voice, usually calm and quiet, is now menacing and accusing. Look there, Tiger Lords. Here comes the killer, an enemy, a servant of evil spirits. The person aims to disrupt our exalted mission. One of our sisters is slain, and the other is missing, probably never to be seen again, and the killer stands right before you. We trusted her, and this is how she repays us. Liar, traitor, murderer! I didn't do anything. The Barbarian exchanged glances with Fetcher. Look at the sister, then look at you, and finally look to Durgath, who tightens his fist around his sword. They await an order from the leader, ready to charge at his sign. It's a lie. I saved two sisters. When I found the third, she was already dead. Dugaf lowers his sword. Tiger Lords, haven't you had enough of these witches' speeches? Me, I'm fed up with all her lies and half-truths. We keep dying here and she won't even tell us what for. And we're trying to find what we're trying to find here. If anyone wants to give their life for her gibberish, go ahead. Everyone else start packing. We're going back to Numeria. Betrayal, blasphemy, all who remain loyal to the great Armagh, to battle. Today you die, Baroness Jessica. Shouting battle cries, the barbarians attack. Okay. You two are a little tired. If I'd been smart and realized that we were probably going to have a battle, I probably would have done something about it. Hopefully they'll still be in range. And you throw that. You throw haste. You. Oh, let's see. Let's throw some of these guys out there. And I forgot it. I should have tried to cure Knock Knock, but I probably wouldn't have made a difference. With haste, we'll make quick work of these barbarians. Okay. And I can never get this spell off in time, so we'll just go ahead and use the raise. And then let's go ahead, let's see. I have a heal somewhere. Those are scrolls. Guidance. Heal. Be healed. Probably a waste, but... Okay. Durgoff. They died meaningless deaths. But we could be friends, you and I, Baroness. It always ends this way. Creatures like her breed ill blood between people, and then good fighters die for no good reason. Disgusting. Look, it's not even a human, right? She wasn't human at all. She was Fey. This is who our chieftain was listening to. We had nothing more to do here. We'll leave. But let me tell you why we came here in the first place. I have no idea what magic toy these witches were looking for, but I do know where to find it. We spotted the place long ago, and I didn't want to lead my people there. These incense burners from the tombs are keys to the entrance. The place is called the Valley of the Dead, and for good reason. It's an unholy land, a cursed land. It has something capable of devouring a whole city around there. But that's where you'll want to start looking for it. And now, farewell. Farewell.
Adventures can wait.
Okay, can we camp here? I think we can. As long as we can hunt. The fate of Varnhold haunts me. I pray its people are unharmed. We got a dead body on the fire. Apparently we were roasting Barbarian, which I'm sure is not good. Okay.
In due time.
Let's see what the date is. Probably we need to head back because it's going to be the first soon. And we're at that wrapping up point. Beyond it, in fact. So as always, if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and give me a like or a comment. And if you disliked the episode, leaving a dislike's fine. But please leave a comment saying why you disliked the episode. As always, this is Spidey1958. And have fun gaming.